Welcome back to Peek Into Our Week. I am Kate Hertz, the content coordinator here at Visit Colorado Springs. We are recording this in honor of March being Women's History Month. I am here with an amazing woman. Kristen, please introduce yourself.
Hey, my name is Kristen Faith, and I am the founder of Boss Babe Networking, and I wear many hats in the community, but today we're going to be talking stories and giving you an inside look of what's happening this Women's History Month.
Awesome. Yeah, Kristen has very exciting stuff to share, so please stick around for that. But first, to get warmed up and to learn a little tidbit of Colorado Springs history, we have Colorado Springs trivia. Colorado history is women's history. Our region has so many incredible women woven into our story, and we owe them for making the city and region what it is today. So we will be testing Kristen's knowledge about notable women in Colorado Springs past. So, first question. Who founded the first public school in Colorado Springs? Here's a hint. Her husband was the founder of this city. Was it A, Helen Hunt Jackson, B, Julie Penrose, or C, Queen Palmer?
Queen Palmer.
That is correct. There is even an elementary school named after her in the community. If you're a local, you might have recognized that name because of it. Now, question number 2. Fannie Mae Duncan was a Black entrepreneur, well known for operating an integrated business with the slogan, "Everybody Welcome." Was the business A, a breakfast diner, B, a jazz club, or C, a rec center?
Jazz club?
The answer is jazz club. Fannie Mae Duncan was well known for opening the Cotton Club. It was named for the famous club in New York City, and it brought in like giant artists like Duke Ellington and Billie Holiday and all of them.
Dang.
And yeah, she's one of the most well-known figures in the Springs history for very good reason. She was so cool. All right, next question. Helen Hunt Jackson was a writer and poet active in the mid-1800s. Through her writing, she advocated for what social cause? Was it A, women's suffrage, B, Native American rights, or C, childhood education?
A?
The answer was actually B, Native American rights. She not only wrote like nonfiction about just the government's treatment of Native American people, but even a novel that sort of depicted the treatment, and it was very, very popular. She was a very, very interesting, intelligent figure and did amazing work.
Wait, I actually think people can go to the Colorado Springs Pioneers Museum and learn
Oh, you
more.
absolutely can. That is a great plug. If any of these figures sound interesting to you, I promise you can learn so much more about these women at the Colorado Springs Pioneers Museum. That was a great plug. Thank you for reminding me. Next question. The El Pomar Foundation, a prominent nonprofit that is active in Colorado Springs today, you may be familiar with it, is dedicated to philanthropy and community development. It was founded by which famous Colorado Springs woman with help from her husband? Was it A, Julie Penrose, B, Molly Kathleen, or C, Catherine Lee Bates?
Penrose.
That is absolutely correct. The Penroses did a lot in the Colorado Springs community, and one of the most well-known legacies is the work of the El Pomar Foundation, which they do a lot of great stuff here in the city. So, final question, and then we'll have a little bonus, but this final question is, Catherine Lee Bates was a writer and English professor. On a trip to Colorado Springs in 1893, she was inspired to write what famous song? Was it This Land Is Your Land, The Star-Spangled Banner, or America the Beautiful?
America the Beautiful.
That is absolutely correct. America the Beautiful. Catherine Lee Bates was here in the summer of 1893. She was actually like teaching for the summer at Colorado College. And it was originally her plan. I recently learned this from our resident history expert, Doris, a staff member. But she told us that she was originally meant to go up the Cog to the summit of Pikes Peak, but it wasn't working that day. So she got driven up in a wagon. And while she was at the top of Pikes Peak, she was like, oh my gosh, these beautiful fruited plains and this beautiful Purple Mountain majesty. I have got to write a song about it. And she did, and we are so thankful that she did. This is a bonus question, no pressure, but name the prominent female horror figure who lived in Colorado Springs when she was young. She performed for Fort Carson soldiers, and she even graduated from my alma mater, Palmer High School. Do you need a hint? She's known as the Mistress of the Dark.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
Elvira?
Elvira, that is correct. One of our more recent female Colorado Springs legends. And she's awesome. And there's a portrait of her in my high school because she went there. So That was super fun. Thank you so much for playing, Kristen. And now let's really talk. Let's get into it. Tell us more about what you do at Boss Babe.
Absolutely. So I wear many hats in the community. And when I created Boss Babe Networking, I knew that it was going to be all about storytelling. I feel like people stories make us who we are, and it also creates community. So our mission at BBN is to build community through storytelling, and we do it through events, whether it's our Women of the World fashion show, whether it's giving girls a voice at our Boss Babe Academy that we do in the summer. It's a leadership program. We recently opened it up to the nation. So girls all over the U.S. are going to be coming here this summer to learn about confidence, mental health, self-expression, and business. And of course, I do social media, and that story is a story upon a story of being able to share voices and stories about survivors of domestic violence. And that passion grew into giving nonprofits and businesses an opportunity to share their story in some really meaningful ways. So I've been working with incredible organizations across the city and across the country, from the End Center for the Arts to incredible business leaders like the Nunes Partners to tons of nonprofits all over the U.S. So that's a little bit about me and the work I do.
Awesome. Okay, Kristen, as you could tell, a very busy woman. She does a lot of incredible work, and I'm curious about where this passion started.
So going back to kind of what I just mentioned, just about a decade ago, I left an abusive relationship and shared my story online. And I saw the power in sharing your story and being vulnerable. And so when I shared my story online, it sparked the passion and connection with other survivors all across the world to start sharing their stories. So I was reaching about 200 million people on social media, and it was survivor after survivor sharing their pain. And it turned into purpose by creating this global network of people who experienced abuse and giving us a place to inspire other people to share theirs. When I understood the power of social media and how storytelling can build that connection, I just thought, dang, what else could we do when we create platforms like this? So now I get to help businesses do the same thing by building community online.
That's amazing. And that kind of feeds into my next question, which, why do you think, and I mean, you definitely have a lot of experience with this, why do you think it's important to uplift women's stories?
Gosh, because we have so much power in our story. And I think that when we are able to understand people in their heart, maybe where they came from, maybe where their struggle started, it allows us to look past the accolades or the facade or the maybe just the physical appearance of someone, and I want to get to know you. That allows this, appreciation between human beings to understand one another. And I think that builds connection in a really deep way.
So well said.
Thanks.
Thank you. Now, if people are very intrigued by the wonderful work that you do, where is a good place they can find more information about it?
All over social media.
Of course.
Official Boss Babe Networking. We're on LinkedIn. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. You can also, if you want to learn more about our academy, that's official Boss Babe Academy on Facebook or Instagram, and our website, or anywhere in the community. You'll definitely see me at an event or something. And we're always looking for different ways to build community in our city, whether it's through Visit Colorado Springs, whether it's inviting people to our city for them to really see the rich culture and diversity that we do have here in Colorado Springs.
I love it. Now, like we said, it's Women's History Month. That is the reason for the recording today. What do you recommend to people looking for a really cool way to celebrate Women's History Month this March?
Well, I am a little biased, but a little birdie told me that in March there is an incredible production called the Women of the World fashion show.
I've
and it's
heard
happening.
a lot about this too.
What do you know?
Yeah.
Well, it's happening at COS City Hub, and we have talent coming in from out of state, out of the region. We are featuring local and regional fashion and cultural performances, and I'm really excited because we have everything from Chinese dragons, and we have an incredible dance group called Kaliloa o Kaleo Onalani coming in from California. They're on the live action for Moana. They were recently on a national tour with my favorite Pacific Islander reggae band called Kalohi Kai, and they were on the Lilo and Stitch project too for promotions. So
Oh my gosh.
we are bringing the Pacific Islands here to Colorado, and it's going to be great. You know, there's so much culture here in the city, and this year we're getting to bring culture from other regions to show, you know, the greatness of different cultures here in the world. So Women of the World.
Super exciting. Again, March 14th. Definitely get your tickets. It's going to be a whole incredible production. So thank you, Kristen, for joining us. Again, thank you for listening and tuning in. Make sure to check out Boss Babe. Make sure to check out Women of the World Fashion Show. And if the history part of this especially intrigued you, definitely make it over to the Colorado Springs Pioneers Museum.
Yes.
It's free. It's incredible. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching and listening.